Alright, what I was saying was, okay, this is the last one, I promise. I promise you, okay, people? I really honestly do. I promise you, people, I really honestly do. But he come down on the door, the excavators are running. We go down on the site. Mark was his name. I ain't mentioned no last name, but his name was Mark. And he farmed and worked in the oil fields also. And the excavator's running, the keys in our pocket. What do? You got to shut the excavator off. How did this excavator you gotta remember, the key is in the truck. Okay, the key's on the dashboard of the truck. Mark's got the other key. The excavator's sitting here running. You know, I mean, because the guy told me, he said, man, it's been running for about an hour. I thought y'all was out here working. No, we pull up and it's running. Black smoke are rolling, diesel smoke are rolling out, it's running. It's just sitting there. Okay, nothing funny going on. So we had to figure out how to. We put the key in ignition, shut it off. That didn't do no good. Okay. So what do? We pull out the 14 shotgun. We shoot the thing or what? No. No, we didn't do that. No, people. We did not do that. You know, or do we go get a priest and we try to get we say this thing's possessed. Get the devil out of it. No, we didn't do that, people. No. We just had to shut it off. We had to figure out how to choke it out. We put the bucket on the ground, wouldn't choke it. We took loose a few cables, still did not kill this thing. We're like, holy cow, man. Well, we got it finally. We took off one wire. I forgot what wire it was we had to take off, but we took off one wire and it killed the escalator. Okay. We went in, got an old big boy, fired her up, loaded it up on the tractor and trailer. Took it on down to the shop, which is like a mile and a half down the road, if that, 2 miles possibly. Then come to find out what it was now, and you know, an excavator is boxed in on the back. There's nothing, no way it can get into that motor, right? Okay, so figure this one out. Here's what happened. It had been raining and it was damp, okay, and somehow or another a piece of wet grass. Now the grass was on, it was probably already there, but it got wet. This is what I'm thinking, and this is what we found out. And what it did when this wet grass was touching them 2 cross wires, it started up. Okay. And so we went to the shop, put the wire back on it, checked everything out. We did everything we could. We sat there and watched it and see if it was going to start again. It never started again, you know. And it just kind of blew my mind on that, you know. I mean, it was awesome. You know, how many of y'all can honestly say you've been on a job site, you see an escalator sitting there running. You know, you got the key in your pocket, the other guy's got the key in his pocket, diesel smokes are blowing out of this excavator. It ain't doing nothing but sitting there running, but you're still, you know, you're like, do we run or do we stay? What do we want to do? You know, I'm making fun of it a little bit, but yeah, it was comical, you know. And then you had the time that, oh my gosh, man, had a newbie come in. I'll never forget it, man. They come in, you know, and they're getting ready to perforate the well. That's where they're going to drop these little steel marbles down in this pipe. Pow, 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 pow. You know, and all this stuff's going to come up, flow back up through the pipe, and it's going to be a mess. Woo, yeah, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a big mess. But anyway, well, he's sitting there, and these trucks are doing their stuff, and it's ready. We're sitting here, and we're on the deck. We're on the deck. You know, and we're already set up, and you hear. Guy sitting there looking at me, newbie did. I looked at me, what's going on? I looked at him. Hey, it's gonna blow up, dude. We're gonna have to run for the hills. We've already got our slicker suits on. We're gonna go running. We're gonna take off running here in a minute. Newbie gets up here about 10 foot from the wells, and we're still standing here. About that time, all of a sudden, you hear, it's flowing up, son. It's coming up through the pipes. And people working the wells know what I'm talking about when I say perforating this thing. About this time, everything in this well blows up like a volcano. Water, salt water, oil, everything's blowing everywhere. Here it comes. And you feel the ground shaking, and this newbie boy, I think he had to change his underwear. It was comical, son. He was trying to find a place to recover. We never thought we thought we was just wild, man. And after it was all over with, and we did what we did after that, the normal procedures after they get done perforating the well, it's ready to go. Okay, so you know what you got to do. Because right now, that well right now, I think, if I remember right, last time I talked to them, they said it was pumping, like somewhere around 25 barrels a day. 25, 35 barrels a day right now. Well, that's an average. It's not a good well, but it'll do. But anyway, it was comical. It really was. And just to see this guy not knowing what was going to go on, and all this stuff was flowing out of this well, and watching him running, it was comical. It truly was. I mean, man, we had some times and a half, and that was just one of them, And I've seen times that, man, that everything would go good. I've seen times everything would go great, And like I say, a lot of this is my life experiences. A lot of this is just my way of saying hello to everybody out there in YouTube. How you doing, family, friends, people that I used to work with? Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hey, this is Patrick down here in Florida saying, keep it up, boys. Well, I'm going to have to get off here. I will talk to y'all later. And I'll probably get back on here next few days or so, or whenever, and I'll sit here and I'll jaw jack with you again, I mean, there's a lot of things that is really going on. So I want you to remember one thing. Everybody, you're faced with decisions in life. It's up to you to know right from wrong and do the right thing. Don't do the wrong thing, people. Do the right thing. Think it over. Life is like a crossroads, son. Do I go straight ahead, and what's the consequences? Do I go to the left and make a wrong turn? What's the consequences? Do I make a right and make a wrong turn and face the consequences there? And what are the consequences if I do make the wrong turn? Think about that. And also remember out there, America, and this is from me to y'all, okay? You can do without a lot of things right now, and a lot of you probably are. But you cannot do without two things: paying your rent and keeping your light bill and your water bills paid. Because you see, you can do without all this fancy mumbo jumbo stuff. You really can. But you can't do without your rent because you're going to lose your home. You can't do without your lights because, number one, you gotta have lights to run everything. Your well, your utilities, and your trailer. You gotta have those two bills paid, son. Water bill too, if you're in a water bill. Myself, I got well water, but those two bills has to be paid, son. I'm telling everybody in YouTube, everybody in the world, man. You can do without a lot of things, but just keep those two bills paid, man. You keep those two bills paid, and whatever's left over, you can work with. It's like, go, man, go, okay? I think, I got friends and I got family members, and I think the world of them all. I know a lot of them may not think the world of me. I know a lot of them may be upset with me and everything. But that's their thing. Why be upset? There's nothing to be upset about. It's all good. It really is. Well, America, people overseas and everybody, y'all have yourselves a good night.